Welcome back to the channel. So, 2 weeks ago, Chromacopia dropped, and I did a reaction video of it, which got blocked at first. YouTube was like, "No, you're not uploading that," and then they were like, "Actually, yeah, we'll allow it." So they allowed it, but it's like partially blocked or something. I don't know what that means. Whatever. I don't really care. So this is like the follow-up video of like just my thoughts that I had while listening to it over and over and over again. Yeah, before I get into it, like, subscribe, do all the things that all the YouTubers ask you to do. Probably know what to do by now. Um, Also, comments, any ideas, anything that you disagree with or you agree with, or just whatever like thoughts you have on the album or on the videos or anything you want to say. Put it in the comments. I'll read everything and reply and have like a full discussion. Um, yeah, cool. Let's get into it. So overall, where do I place it with the other albums? Now, I think I've made my choice. Number one is Call Me If You Get Lost. With the estate sale, we'll put estate sale as part of it. Number two is Igor. And just under it is Chromacopia. Yeah, that's where I would put it. Um, Also, it feels a bit less. I mean, I keep comparing it to Call Me If You Get Lost because I feel like it carries the sound of it forward a bit. It has its new things that it adds to it, but generally, like, the sound of this album of Chromacopia, it doesn't create a whole new sound like the last two, three albums did. I feel like it mostly carries the sound of Call Me If You Get Lost forward. Uh, but one thing is that compared to it, it feels a bit less dense. Like there's a lot more instrumentals playing out, and like it feels like it's a bit like smoother listening experience than Call Me If You Get Lost. Call Me If You Get Lost is so much like it didn't like, especially that first half of it. It doesn't stop. It's just bars, 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 bars. Like so much going on. But that's kind of what I enjoy about it. Like that's not really a good or a bad thing. It's just a difference that I noticed. Yeah, the storytelling side of it, and like Tyler talking from like real life perspectives, like things that actually happen in real life. I really like that. That's something that he didn't Call Me If You Get Lost, but it was more like just him flexing whatever lifestyle he's living. Whereas here, it's like actually see him at the stage of his life that he's in. I feel like that's what this album kind of represents mainly. That's the main vibe of it. But if we were to do it song by, let's go through it song by song. So Saint Chroma, so good. It First time I heard it in the snippet, I liked it. First time I heard it in the album, I liked it, and I like it even more now. Like it's one of the ones I keep going back to, and it's always stuck in my head as well. Um, the build up is so good. The part where it's like El Segundo, feel like Coliseum, when those like background vocals come in, oh, it's so good. And like that build up, pieces keep getting added as it builds up. It's just put together so well. Um, yeah, and the second half of the song makes the first half, the build up of the first half, worth it. Actually leads somewhere. It's not like building up to the end of the song. So yeah, overall, really good song. Probably my favorite. I'll put it top three, I'd say. Next song, Ratata, the second song in the album. First time I listened to it, it was like, I guess it's cool, but it grew on me so much. It's again one of my favorite songs. The repeating line. Let me try and get up. No, I'm not gonna get up the lyrics. It's too long. But there's a line that keeps repeating, and it breaks up the verse or like the song so well. Um, Also at the end of the last verse where he changes up the flow, there's that like detuned lead in the background that plays on top of it. It goes so well together. I really like that song is so well put together. Um, yeah, and Tyler just rapping like that. That's the Tyler that I like. Like that's him in his element, just fully just like laying it out there. Yeah, So yeah, I really like that song. One of my favorite. I'll put it top three as well. I feel like I know my top three. It's Saint Chroma, Ratata, and Thought I Was Dead. Next is Noid. Again, as I said in the reaction, I liked the first one that came out before the album, and the album version improved on it a lot. It just added bits. It came together well as a full song. What at the end where it says, wait, I'm gonna play it. When he says, yeah, at the end when he says, "Read a book on me," like that's such a perfect way to end that verse off. It's so good. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's like one of those small touches, small details that like makes makes it that little bit better. Um, yeah, there's not really much else to be said about that song. Darling I, that it's the song with the most replay value. Like it's gonna be in my playlist for the next 5 years. That first verse, my beamer in the summer when I'm ready to drift, something like that. So good the way it comes in. It comes in at the perfect time when the chorus is kind of getting a bit like too much. Like okay, it needs a change. Comes in. The rap verse is so good. It gives me like Flower Boy vibes. How catchy song, and then comes in with a really cool verse, saying his thing. Like, yeah, I like the vibe of that song more than any other like part of it. Like it has so much replay value. You can listen to it over and over and over again and vibe to it each time. Also, another thing about that song, I can see ASAP Rocky fitting so well on it. Like if ASAP Rocky had a second verse on it, or he just comes in at some point with his like type of flow, so good. That's the only way I could see it being better. Hey Jane is like, it didn't really grow on me or grow off me. Kind of, I have the same opinion on it that I did at first. But Tyler's storytelling, the choice of words that he uses and how he puts the words together, it's like a different level than he's done before. So I feel like that's what that song brings out of him. And that's why that song really shines, is the storytelling of it and the way he says what he wants to say. Also, the verses from different perspectives is kind of cool. I really like that touch. He did the same thing on Judge Judy. Yeah, rather than it being just him the whole way through. Next, I Killed You. This song grew on me a lot. It really grew on me. At first, I was like, I didn't get it because I was too focused on the narrative of it. But as I listened to it more, the flow with the rhythm of the drums together, so good. Definitely one of the most interesting like flows and rhythms out of this whole album, or out of all of his songs. Next, Judge Judy. I liked that at first, but over time it got tiring to listen to. Like his vocal tone after a while just gets a bit annoying on this song, to be honest. And it does make me feel a bit uncomfortable. Like, it's just him talking about his kinks and stuff. It's like, come on, man. I don't want to be hearing that when I'm like, like if I'm like at a gym or something, I'm going on a walk and it comes on like shuffle. Bro, I'm not trying to hear that right now. But also, one thing I missed is that, let me bring up the lyrics. First time I heard it, completely went over my head. But the part where he says, I wasn't living right until they told me what was left. Like, bro, that line is like kind of heartbreaking. Yeah, when that clicked, like I felt it. It makes me feel bad for hating on the song, but at the same time, if we take the song as, the sonic features of it, got tiring to listen to really quickly. Next is Sticky. First time I listened to it, I was like, it felt tiring to listen to. The first time I listened to it, it's kind of the opposite of Judge Judy, where first time I was like, it's too long. Like, this should cut it in half. I can't lie, it's a banger. It's a banger. Like every time it comes on shuffle or like I'm listening to the album comes through, I'm vibing with it immediately. Also good party song. Like if I'm on aux, I'm playing that song. Like you could play that in a lot of contexts and it just be a valid song, and all the features carry their weight on it. Like they're not amazing features or anything, but they add to they just keep that energy of the song. Next, Take Your Mask Off. Now the first time I heard the song, I saw it from just one perspective of like, oh, you need to come out the closet, like stop lying to yourself, blah blah blah. But as I listened to it more, I realized that it's so many different contexts of taking the mask off. And the last verse is about, actually, let me fact check that. But I think the last verse is about Tyler talking about himself, or something like that. I don't want to get too into it. But overall, I haven't like processed it 100% for this song. I haven't made up my mind on whether I really like it or not. Like it still feels fresh to listen to. I feel like it's gonna take more time to like for it to click. Next, Tomorrow. I'm just reading my notes off the screen because like whenever I'm like listening to and I get a thought, I just note it down. Yeah. So I wrote that it feels like a sequel to Massa from uh, Call Me If You Get Lost, where it's about Tyler where he is now. Because in Massa he was talking about how he grew up and how he changed and like all the different eras he's been through. Or even Sorry Not Sorry is also kind of, they all fit in the same kind of vibe in terms of like the message that they're trying to portray. I really like Tyler singing on this one. Like some of the singing on the album was a bit, especially on like Judge Judy, I'd say, was like a bit like kind of tiring to listen to. But on this song, I really really like it. Like he does it well. Yeah. Also, yeah, some interesting flows on the song. Like, it's a good song overall. I wouldn't put it in my favorite, but when it comes on, if I'm listening to it and it comes on, I'm vibing with it. It's a good song. Now, Thought I Was Dead. First time I heard it, Schoolboy Q feature was like, damn, this is good. The more I heard it, the more I'm like, this is so good. Like that first half of that song. No, not even first half. The entire song is really good. The last verse, which was like the snippet part that was released before the album, so good. It only grew on me. Like that Tyler version of Tyler is what I want more of. That's the like he's just in his element, just laying it down on the beat. Like he's saying what needs to be said. Um, I wrote on the thing that's probably the best song overall. I changed my mind on that. I think Saint Chroma is the best song overall. But Thought I Was Dead is top three with Saint Chroma and Ratata as well. Um, Next is Like Him. First time I heard it, like it's the only song that like kind of blew my mind a bit. That was like, yo, this is so good. When I first heard it, I was just vibing with it. Still now, every time it comes on, I still vibe to it. It's always stuck in my head. I'm chasing a ghost. I don't know where he is. Something like that. Whatever. It's stuck in my head all the time. And the way it progresses throughout the song, and like kind of changes up a bit and builds up towards the end, so good. Like you can listen to it a lot of times and it stays fresh. I feel like it's one of those songs that's not gonna get tiring quickly. Also, it's probably the most vulnerable song that Tyler did, like him just talking about something that he to be fair, he's talked about it before, but when he talked about this topic before, it was like in a satirical way, like tried to like be funny about it, whereas here it's like actually just opening up his heart and be like, oh, like here it is. So yeah, I like that element of it, that's like he's letting it out. and it's just overall so groovy and so well put together. Like each piece of that song fits where it fits. So yeah, overall it's a really good song. It's one of those songs that every time it comes I'm gonna vibe to it. It's probably gonna, you know, like for a while I'm gonna enjoy it. Next is Balloon. I'm a bit split on this song. On one hand, it's like it's just a fun song to listen to. Like you can't go wrong with it. But on the other hand, it's a bit like, I don't know. It just doesn't. Maybe it just hasn't clicked yet. But most time when I'm listening to it, I'm like, what the hell is going on? It doesn't feel like a finished song. Also, Dochi, like the song is fully for vibes. Dochi's feature times 10 the vibes. Like she took that energy and ran with it. Um, Also, the beat of that song sounds straight out of a 21 Pilots album. Sounds straight out of their Scale and Icy album, like some upbeat pop instrumental. Like, yeah, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. But it's like not what you're used to with Tyler. Also, going from Like Him to Balloon, something that's so like kind of deeper and more vulnerable, and like we're gonna be real for a minute. Jump into a song that's fully for vibes. I like that transition because it makes the vibes of the Balloon like hit so much more when you listen to it in sequence. Um, but yeah, overall, I wouldn't say really like that song, but I don't really I don't hate it. But I would probably put it as my least favorite song, or maybe yeah, I'll put it under Judge Judy. Judge Judy had more like redeemable features in it than Balloon. Last one is Find Your Way Home. Really good closer track. It fits as a last song. Straight egoisms in that song. It kind of addresses all the like things that were not said in the other songs. Kind of closes off certain like narratives. Yeah, I think that's there's not really much else to say about it. Like I wouldn't really put it in my place and listen to it on shuffle, but when you're listening to it in the sequence of the album, it closes it off so well. Like I wouldn't want to finish the album on Balloon. I would want to finish it on Find Your Way Home because it just, you know, wraps it up really nicely. But yeah, it's not really too much to be said about that song. Like it's a very Tyler song. Like if I was to imagine what a Tyler song would sound like, it would be that kind of song. But yeah, did the album overall grow on me or grow off me? I'll say overall it grew on me compared to the first listen. The meaning of the songs kind of made sense over time. More like first time I heard I Killed You, I did not get it. You could see it in my other reaction. I was like, oh, I don't get it. I don't get it. And then it just clicked. Wait a minute. It's just about his hair. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really have much else to say. It's kind of my updated thoughts on the album. I might do this. I might do this with more albums, or just songs that come out. Okay, I think we'll end it there. Before you change the tabs and go watch the next YouTube video or whatever, open Spotify right now. Right now, open it. Type in Synergy and listen to all the songs. You know what, I'm gonna show it here. Wait, let me figure out how to change. There, you see that? That one. Yeah, go listen to it. We have this many songs out. How many songs do we have? We have 5 songs out so far. We got some more coming. Possibly music video at some point. At some point could mean any time in the future. Who knows? Yeah, that's it. Hit the buttons down here, all of them. Click them. Put the bell so you can get you know when I upload and stuff. Comments, any ideas you have, any thoughts, whatever, put it in the comments. There's all the links for my other stuff in the description as well. Click the link tree Just look through all of them. If you're like a producer and stuff and you want some beats, we got some beats. We got some. Just look through them. If there's anything you like, just look through it. Okay, that's it. Bye bye.